First up tonight, he's the host of the Stone Zone podcast, Republican strategist, and my friend, Roger Stone. Also, he's the national field director of the Conservative Caucus and a lead member, Veterans for Trump Coalition, and a Navy vet, Chad Caton. Gentlemen, welcome back to the program. How y'all doing tonight?
Excellent.
Living the dream. Thank you, Dan.
Excellent. Living the dream. Love to hear it. Okay, we'll start with the veteran and then we'll go to Raj, even though Raj is the veteran strategist, because I want to hear from him what kind of strategy was Democrats even thinking of. Hold that thought, Raj. Chad, you're a vet. I'm a vet. We know what the UCMJ says, but this video they put out also violates the UCMJ, and I believe you have the code that it violates. Could you read that out loud first and foremost to get things started?
It's absolutely my pleasure. Primary crime, 18 USC 2387, activities affecting armed services, seditious conspiracy, variant aimed at the military. Title 18, Chapter 115, 2387 specifically prohibits advising, counseling, urging, or in any manner causing an attempt to cause insubordination, disloyalty, mutiny, or refusal of duty by any member of the military and naval forces of the United States. Distributing any material with intent to cause such mutiny or disloyalty is penalty up to 20 years in prison, a fine, or both. This statute was originally part of the 1940 Smith Act amendments and was explicitly written to cover exactly this kind of speech or organizing directed at U.S. troops.
Roger, what were these six thinking?
Thanks, Dan. I'll tell you what's interesting. I don't know if you're aware of this, but being the U.S. Senator from Arizona, that's actually Mark Kelly's part-time job. His full-time job, he's a partner with a communist Chinese company that makes surveillance balloons, the same kind that Joe Biden let float all the way across the United States.
Whoa.
Now, when I raised this previously some months ago, and what I specifically said was, I think that that is treasonous activity, working with one of our enemies, that he should be charged, tried for treason, and if convicted, I pointed out that the penalty for treason was capital punishment. Many on the left says, oh, Roger Stone says Senator Kelly should be killed, should be executed because he criticized Donald Trump. It's not even remotely or similar to what I said. So now we see the same thing kind of happening all over again. Neither Mark Kelly or Senator Slotkin, the former assistant to John Brennan, who orchestrated the CIA Russian collusion hoax, the largest single dirty trick and abuse of power in American political history. None of these six Democrats can name a single illegal or unconstitutional order put forward by Donald Trump or Pete Hegseth. So what's the purpose of this? One, they should be prosecuted. What they did is illegal. Amen. Number two, they're trying to lay the groundwork, in my opinion. Saw Jesse Waters say this last night on Fox. I've seen Alex Jones saying it for some weeks. They're trying to lay the groundwork for some kind of false flag operation, much like what they did on January 6th. There is no other logical explanation. What they did is illegal, and yes, they should be prosecuted.
Amen, Roger. Chad, so Kelly's out there putting pictures up of his medals and saying, I've given too much, I served my country all these years, I can say this, even though he knows it's illegal to say something like this, because again, as Roger pointed out, a bunch of these six went on talk shows over the last week and couldn't name one illegal order they've ever received from Pete or the president. So Kelly's now fundraising off of this whole fight back and forth. And since Kelly wanted to brag about his service, I thought I would bring up a tweet from someone we had on the program a few months ago. Remember a guy named Robert O'Neill? Oh, there he is, the guy that killed Osama bin Laden. I think he's done a little bit for the country too, Mr. Senator Kelly. And he tells you this: if nothing is done with the seditious six, I'm never paying taxes again, ever. Chad, your thoughts on Robert's take on this whole thing?
Well, I love Robert O'Neill. I mean, what a treasure, and what an amazing. Being a Navy CB, I've always got my love for the SEALs, and he's right. We're looking at this across the board. Accountability needs to be happening right now. There's so much aspects from Russia to this sitting in front of us right now, and that's why they feel so emboldened to run their mouth like they do and say whatever they want. They don't believe that anything's coming at them. They're calling out the bluff of the Trump administration, and overtly, I don't think it's going to bite, because I think that they are going to answer this. The entire nation's losing their mind. Veterans are doing videos all over the country, and I think it's important that this accountability happens, and it happens now, because we can't finish what Donald Trump has started over the next 3 years with this accountability issue hanging over our head. It's time for people to start going to prison.
Agreed. Roger, let me get your take on this clip. Senator Kelly's partner in crime, Senator Ruben Gallego over in Arizona, I guess posted a big nasty 4-letter rant against Trump and everybody over the seditious six. Then he went on CNN claiming the same type of crap. This is all Trump's doing. It's an attack on him, and that his friend Kelly and these other Dems did nothing wrong. Roll this. We'll get Roger's take on the back end.
What would you say directly to Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, of course renamed the Secretary of War, about this issue?
Well, I think number one, you will never, ever even be half the man that Senator Kelly is. You, sir, are a coward. And the fact that you are following this order from the president shows how big of a coward you are. And I can't wait till you no longer are the Secretary of Defense.
Roger?
Although there's a man of sterling character, Ruben Gallego. This is a guy who abandoned his pregnant wife to run off with a coke whore in the middle of his campaign for the U.S. Senate. This guy is the lowest life form known to man. He's also very short. I've had it up to here with this guy. I'll tell you right now. Look, this is an absurdity. But the most important thing here is that under Pete Hegseth, Donald Trump has cleaned up and cleaned out our military. We've gotten rid of the DEI policies. We've gotten rid of the mandatory vaccination policies. And most importantly, we've gotten rid of those in the chain of command who will not follow orders of the commander in chief. The reason this is important is I'm convinced that the radical left aren't going to try to wait until an election. They're going to foment violence, mayhem, and death in an attempt to have a violent revolution in this country. And when that happens, it is vitally important that our military be in the position, so listen carefully, to defend America and our Constitution. The left is always guilty of exactly what they accuse us of doing. This whole thing is backwards. They're the ones fomenting sedition. They're the ones promoting violence. They are those who are testing the limits of the law, and those who are doing so should be prosecuted. And when the rabble rise up in an attempt at violence to try to stop accountability and justice, it would be very sad if we have to count on our military to defend the Constitution.